it would help if I had the controller. Oh, okay. Well, this has been a while. Yeah, I don't. We're gonna be playing under delay again, because it's like the only way I could get it to go. We'll be functionally a little drunk, not actually, because I don't drink, but the fact that we're anywhere between half to a second delay might actually lead to some issues. So I think there's even a delay on the camera, so we'll see what's going on there. Part of it might be the temperature in here. It's midday, so even with the what's it called? The AC set down to reasonable temperature, it's still not reasonable in this room. And that's because, as you can tell from the lighting on me, there is a huge glass door right there for the backyard, and we just don't have a curtain for it, so it just gets really hot in this room. Oh, we're not on auto, are we?
These three braved great dangers, accompanying me to perilous places.
It's actually really cool where I'm sitting, though, because I'm like right under the fan. My computer's warm.
If you know more,
My computer's definitely warm.
feel free to ask us.
Well, I skimmed through the ports.
And you're probably wondering, hey, why are we all the way back on the Lawfu? This account is like really, really far behind.
A lot of their lives. But despite that, I believe
Like ridiculously far behind.
in the ranks, you have repeatedly achieved remarkable feats.
That's okay though.
Cloud Quintet,
It's story mode, so it's not like we have to be really quick on triggering our ults before somebody else's turn goes off or anything. And also, we've got like a really busted dot team, so it doesn't matter anyway. Actually, on this account for the first time recently, not this one, though I did clear it with this one, but the previous MOC, I was actually able to go all the way through 12, get full stars. And I think it's mostly because we've got E2 Kafka, and we've had E2 Kafka since her first banner, if you remember the stream where I pulled her like all the way back then. And we have Hyselins. So that team just like 1 to 2 cycles without me having to think about it. Could probably 0 cycle if I tried, but I don't care. And it's cool because it just leaves me 8 to 9 cycles for the other side to actually get anything done. But for story mode, I'm sure they'll probably just destroy everything. It's like a really, really busted team, even if they're not weak to you.
This old man's words caught me off guard.
The marshal ordered me to come to the Xianzhou Lawfu. The document only says, attend the events and listen to Fei Shao's question. The marshal is aware of Yuan's purpose in holding the ceremony and understands the situation he is facing. She mentioned it because she believes both is important.
Thanks for your guidance and sincerity, Elder Horn. But is it appropriate to tell everyone here about the marshal's orders?
By introducing the expresses witnesses,
Oh, we technically don't even have to do this.
discern the intentions behind both my actions.
This, what's it called? This story
Between us.
was like one of those side continuances that has no bearing on us continuing. At all.
Folk to do the same.
But we started it. I kind of want to finish it on stream. Because I still want March the 7th to hunt. We haven't even started Amphorius. Like, we are so far behind. Hey, Julian the Vampire King. How you doing?
Oh, by the way, I prepared a gift for the war dance. case right here. There were numerous contests, celebrations during the war dance, and the main event, the Ringmaster's Challenge. The host will dispatch a skilled war take-on challenge.
This definitely seems laggier than the last time I tried this setup, though.
Excellent martial arts.
It absolutely has to be
When you
the temperature in this room.
ceremony, I thought the high holder of the lawful would be the Ringmaster.
But until the sun starts to go down, there's absolutely nothing I can do about it.
The healer lady is just a young lady who knows nothing about martial arts. How can I assign her as the ringmaster?
I'm no match to you when it comes to joking.
What's this box for? Why don't you open it, Cheyenne?
This sword is intended for the War's award. It's in now, but in a few days, a precious sword will be delivered and stored inside. I don't mean to boast about our skills, but this sword represents the pinnacle of the Juming's craftsmanship. It has a legendary history, full of heroic tales from foreign lands, tales that are detailed to be summarized in just words.
How am I doing? I'm doing fine.
The sword hasn't arrived yet.
You know, I would say it's hot, but I'm used to the heat.
I've been wondering.
It's not good for my computer, though.
Sword, and then it hit me.
Just like really far behind on the story on this account.
Challenge. Ceremony is champion.
Completely caught up on my main one.
Match for the sword.
I kind of want, what's her face? Saridra on this account. That's actually the main reason why I'm streaming now, because how far behind we are. Because I really do need to start catching up. But two, I just want the Stellar Jade to pull Saridra, because we have Phynon on this account, and to be frank, he's not cutting it.
You've got confidence.
I need to farm better gear for him. That should be a priority. But she would solve a lot of his problems. She's also good for the Kafka team, believe it or not. Just because she lets Kafka skill more often, which also means she's going to ult more often. And both of those mean she's proccing the dots more often. So I could slot her into either one and it's perfectly fine. So I'm gonna try to plow through the story a bit and see what we can do before her banner disappears. We're on a 50-50, so the odds of us getting her anyway aren't very good. But our pulls have been extremely lucky on this account since I started this account.
Could be me.
Like, I hardly lose 50-50s on this one at all.
Whatever happens,
Which is a shame, since this is not my main account, and I only really play this on stream or when I'm doing, like,
keep watching the drama.
daily/weeklies.
Find out who beats who.
Quiet down.
I'm actually envious of this account.
I've prepared this sword.
You just want E2 Saber and her Light Cone, then you're gonna save pulls for E1 Rappa. Nice.
Good look for the alliance.
I'm kind of in the same boat with both of those characters. I'm on
Only one winner and one
E1 S1 Saber on my main account, and I have S1 Rappa. So if I got one more of either of those, I would be what your goals are.
might not be either. But if you're right that
On my personal account, I have not pulled for literally any character
an apprentice who will take
but Saber since her banner dropped, and I'm going to continue only pulling for Saber until the banner eventually goes away. We have no idea when that is, or I happen to cap her out. Whichever one comes first, it's probably going to be the former though.
the way of swordplay.
But we got Saber on this account without her Light Cone,
Right, please. This apprentice could represent the express of
which is why I went back to pulling on other things.
their cloud knight flair and prowess.
Well, our Honkai is quite interesting. Imparting swordplay skills
If I were to show you, like,
and both the winner and
how few
learning
standard banner characters I have on this account,
the outcome.
and the fact that the losses we have gotten have all basically been on Clara, you'd probably laugh. I think eventually, especially with the free standard banner characters they gave over time, we do have almost everyone.
Interested in the outcome of your sword fight. So I thought, why not teach her the art of
But
sword?
half of them came from the standard banner, like not even losing 50-50s.
Serious, General? Why
So you just got Saber like 4 days ago. Cool. You're broke right now. I feel you.
I'm a newbie. You really think I can
The build is actually not bad for the Saber on this account.
realize I have no
In some ways, it might be better than the one on my main account just because of the way luck goes. But having her light cone and
Things are
E1
complicated.
already just makes me hit way harder on that one. It almost feels like
Lightning. Does Mr. Don Hong really need one?
her light cone matters more for her damage
Miss March.
than the items, like the relics that you put on her. Though to be fair, I think the one on my main account has like 200 crit damage before she goes into battle, and she's got like a bunch of modifiers afterwards, so
preparing for the ceremony.
I'm pretty much going all in on her, and then
Has their own special move.
that's like one node I don't have to pay attention to
Teaching me.
for the end game modes, just going forward.
Won't that mean
That Saber could just handle it, Excalibur, and then I can struggle with the other side. That's my plan, and it's been working out so far. Because Saber took no time at all to fight,
Before you can even start learning special moves,
who is it, Japard?
to freak out.
In this MOC? It
Assuming swordplay tricks will mean you'll do more than a
was actually, it was the wave before Japard. That was the long one, but still took no time. I think I 2-cycled it with her.
March's curiosity has been piqued.
And then, I spent the other 8 cycles with the Herda trying to clear Lygus.
Beating your opponent.
If it wasn't for how just good his boss battle music is, I would have been very, very frustrated that it was taking 8 cycles to clear it with the Herda. I really, really need to improve her build. But I don't have, like, any of her premium stuff. Like, I don't have an Axa, right? I have her
I haven't
light
tried
cone,
it yet.
so that helps quite a bit, but
Qualified to teach swordplay to
not having, like, an Axa to buff her, not having,
your defeat, huh?
Tribby either, which I really wanted Tribby. She's just unlucky.
Why don't you let me be the ringmaster instead?
Like, it takes a long time for me to clear things with the Herda, no matter how strong she
Teaching
is.
apprentice is also a way of honing your own skills and gaining insight.
I had to run her with, like, mini Herda and RMC. I tried with Robin, but she just was not doing it with that team comp, even though that's a direct buff to mini Herda too. So I had to move Robin up to the Saber side, even though I prefer RMC on the Saber team over Robin.
It's up to you to make the final decision, March.
Just because you get to ult so much more often with RMC than you do with Robin. And since RMC gets to ult a lot,
Don't worry about accidentally shooting me in the
and that
butt.
gives you more core resonance, which means Saber gets to ult a lot.
Hey, I've never missed my target. Then I'm on board. Thank you for your kindness, General Yan.
Great.
Saber has
Borrowed Yenshi
2700 attack,
the basic of Cloud Knight's
170 crit damage, and 50 crit rate. Yeah, that's fine. Mine I think has about 56 crit rate. Just because like there's the 20 you get for free in battle, so that bumps it up to the 76.
You too kind.
And then I'm running usually Sunday and RMC, so very close to 100 in battle, right? That's like 96%. That's fine. I'm hardly ever missing a crit.
Wait, why does something about what we talked about? I think he's straight off topic.
Yeah. I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you caught it, but the way this setup is working, and the delay seems a little longer than it was last time,
Important matters to
there's anywhere between a half to a full second delay, depending on how my computer feels.
swordplay mentors.
So we're playing effectively drunk,
General
but that's fine with a turn-based RPG, and the fact that we're just playing story mode. And I also have, like, that really disgusting dot comp. So, like, I'm not even worried the fact that we're playing effectively drunk, but it does mean, like, moving outside of battle is going to be a little awkward.
Since the crew's actions were met in the lawful operations log that was given
I still haven't decided if
probably wants to
this setup is better
where it's capable as to report crimes.
than the extra load time that it plays if I played it directly off of my computer where I used to stream that way.
During the which is why he
The scenes come through clearer this way. I think that's a benefit.
began as a simple contest between two sword masters had
It would be nearly flawless if I could get my Elgato working. But my old computer, I just don't think it can supply enough power for both my Elgato and my microphone at the same time anymore. Like, it's just not cutting it.
My apologies. Told, I invited all of you to the ceremony because I wished for you.
And I was having trouble getting it working without the microphone plugged in.
I apologize for not disclosing.
Because I was thinking if I could get it working, maybe I could just play it off of my headset instead.
To a meeting
Which sounds awful.
General
Horrible, horrible quality microphone.
You may need to answer her question.
But
Any she had.
I'd also have to be sitting, like,
Please,
this close
prepared for the meeting.
to the screen. Which means I have to pull, like, the webcam down, and I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, like, an actual good setup for playing these games far more likely.
no matter what happens, I'm prepared to hear as the Express's witness and answer any question.
So you can't get full clear, the 20 cycles on MOC. But you're doing better in this one, because the other one, you're having a hard time and died so much. Dude, this one, I think,
General.
at the Lygus side anyway, is a survival problem. And that's just, like, Infortius enemies in general. Obviously, it's, like, shilling both Hyacinth and Castris. Which is sad because you kind of want them on the same team. But Castris is a sustained unit on her own. So that's not a problem. You could decide to nerf some of your damage to put Hyacinth on the other side. But I didn't pull either of those characters on my main account. I tried for Hyacinth. Because I like her. I just didn't get her. I have her on this one, which helped a lot. I found Aventurine works really good against Lygus as long as you can keep his shield up. And Lygus attacks enough that you can keep his shield up. You just might want to, like, ignore the ult half the time. Just, like, don't use his free ult, you'll be fine. It's very tempting to, right? But it eats through that shield very quickly. I did use the free ult a couple times when I was using Aventurine when he had it, because I knew I was close enough that no matter what he rolled, I'd get the follow-up attack to refresh the shield. And I got greedy and used it a few times on the Herda because I'm just like, I'm not going to clear this in time if I don't. But it was scary just watching that my safety net drop down so fast. But this account was really fine. Still 20 cycles. Because Hyacinth just kept me alive the whole time. I used Saber for that fight. Probably would have went better if I had her light code, but it still went fine enough. I don't even think it's that Saber's fault, because I think after we're done watching these scenes, I'll pull up the build so you can see it. I don't think the build's that bad for something I threw together in like a couple days. I'll go back to farming it because I need to farm that domain to make Finon stronger anyway. But it's her supports. I think her supports are why it was taking so long. Sunday's not built very well in this. I don't have RMC yet because we haven't gone through Emphorius. I don't have RMC or March 7th the Hunt. These really good free characters because I'm just so far behind on the story, right? So that's why we're grinding through this story right now. I had to use Sparkle, which isn't bad, but she's not built particularly well. And she's not particularly good for Saber anyway. we struggled through it.
Method fight against the
I find it really funny on both accounts. I did the first node in 2 cycles because I just had a really strong team for it. And then I spent 8 cycles getting through the second node with Lygus. That's just how it went.
to enter the Lawfu, thereby unlocking the
So you're using Castris on the first side, Saber on Lygus side.
which in turn disrupted the Viatara's
But yeah, you just weren't doing enough damage. Yeah, I could see that.
It is for these reasons that I have come
Like,
to
I think
Lawfu today.
if I had
Duty
a team that could handle Node 1 really well,
should have mentioned all this to an uninvolved person.
then the Saber on my main account would destroy Lygus in just a couple turns or so.
Perhaps.
Because it just does so much damage. Like, that E1 alone just increases your damage because you get to ult more often,
I'm sorry.
right? And my supports are set up really well. Like, I think both my RMC and my Sunday have over 200% crit damage, so I end up doing a lot of damage.
Much of which can be attributed
But,
to General Jing Yuan's masterful strategizing.
I don't think I have a team that can do Node 1 aside from my Saber team. So I'm kind of like stuck
Always
using the Herda for side 2.
that undoes all previous achievements. A moment that our adversaries relish.
Now, Sparkle's great.
That's true. And
I probably would have used Sparkle with an Archer team if either side was okay for Archer. I think Archer probably could do side 1,
Boris and Warhead. The same Boulay was been improved.
but like you have to learn that fight. Like Archer's a higher difficulty character. You have to plan out your skill points,
access of the Fox
and I don't know if I actually want to learn the fight. You know,
till the end of the cosmos.
I could if I was struggling. If I didn't get my clear, I could learn to fight. But do I want to?
Yes.
That's the real question.
Usually, only Aries from the Sinjo
Hey, Mike.
Faring Commission.
Thanks for dropping in.
Every century. Why do you have to visit now of times?
Foxians and Neolans made a pact to combat the abominations, aiming to achieve justice and free their kin. That werewolf monster is to be forever imprisoned in the dark recesses of the shackling prison, facing unending retribution. Given the situation on Lawfu,
I do really. You know what I need to work on? I need to work on my Clara builds on both accounts.
the routine
Hey Fizz,
centuries
because clearly Hoyo wants me to be a Clara main. On my personal account, I have like what, E5,
It's all bad.
S1 Clara,
well,
and on this one I can't remember what it is. It's either E3 or E4, S1 Clara.
I found some clues about the thing you
I think I have something irreplaceable in this one. Yeah, because I was running it on Finon for a while.
The Verdant Knights follow
Like
the route
every time I lose, they just give me Claras. So like they're telling me something. I need to
survivors.
figure out a way to hyper carry Clara. Seeing Hule reminded me about that since
Someone had already
Clara's really good into Hule particularly because he attacks a lot.
Our people? Or someone from the IPC?
No,
Not that I need her anymore, right? Like
Yukong. Have you heard of a person named
Finon just beats anyone that you would put Clara into. Your Fei Xiao does more damage than your Saber right now? Oh. Yeah, you definitely... Fei Xiao is such like a strong character in her base kit that like your goal really just needs to be getting 100% crit rate, right? Like her getting 100% crit rate is more important than getting bonus crit damage, which is the problem with my Fei Xiao on either account. Neither of them are close to 100% crit rate, so I just drop crit sometimes. Where are we going? Oh, we're literally right there. Okay. You guys are gonna watch how drunk these controls are. Let's Swerving, swerving. There we go. Normally, I hate being sucked into cutscenes when I'm not, like, playing story on stream. With this setup right now, I'm glad that the cutscene's going to suck me in because I don't want to have to line up to try to talk to the person. Yeah. That's like the big problem with Mei Xiao. She misses a single crit and you're like, well, reset, I guess. I don't know. That's one of the reasons I stopped playing her is because I'm just struggling so hard to get 100% crit rate on her. And I've got like her premium team and everything. I even have Cypher, which is like, I have an E1 Topaz, but having Cypher is kind of like a direct upgrade to Topaz in that case, and I still just don't play the team.
Do my best, but if your master's rules,
90% on Archer. Yeah, that's actually great.
Is it too late for regret? I'm already regretting my impulse decision.
Honestly, I'm not sure what I'll do either.
On my main account for a little bit, just to get through some stuff, you know, because I wanted to play the character, I did manage to get Archer's Light Cone for free, technically. Or, I guess not free, as a bonus for getting the 200 pulls on my main account. Not on this one. We easily could have if I decided to play the story during that time, because I've probably got more than 200 pulls left in the story. But I was playing Archer on Izumo because I was running March 7th with him. Just as like a skill point generator. I don't have Sparkle on my main account, so I have to like run Hanya. It's really, really scuffed.
Seriously? It's first day, and you two are already late? Why?
There are tons of pulls on this account.
So laid back.
Like, I was going through the events, and like I didn't even do the event that's tied with this one, with March. So there's all the pulls in that. I think I still have the Bellabog Museum to do. I have, like, Ethereum Wars to do. I did the War Dance. I think I'm just going to do most of the events off stream. Just because there's not really a story, or I guess there is a story, but it's not a main story. It doesn't really progress the plot. It's just catching up with friends. I might do the companion quests off stream as well. Just because I have literally every companion quest in the game to do on this account. It's like, that's just so many pulls. And I'm so far behind on the main story, I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to doing, like, those events and the companion quests on stream. I might as well knock them out because they're not important.
Over here, Miss March. This is a reverse mentorship gift from me to you. I hope you put it to good.
See, Fischosa says, Kickstarter won't explain why my campaign isn't good enough to approve. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Sword practice requires precise moves. It's tailored to fit perfectly.
I don't know what to tell you.
I even added some small accessories. I put a thought into it. You're awesome.
I don't know what the minimum standards at Kickstarter is. I know back in 2017 when I ran mine,
Can you compete with me?
it literally just took like the standard approval time that they told me and it was up and running.
We can win a contest with my sword skills.
actually, I prepared something too.
Huh? You have a gift for me too, Master Yanqing?
Since you want to learn sword movement,
And I am so glad that I've got a functioning dot team. My two favorite things to play when this game started
overnight.
were dot and follow-up attack. And dot is kind of like my favorite thing to play in every single game.
But I did
So it's cool that like Kafka's rework made dot viable again. And I mean, it's viable again if you just have Hysolins because of how high her damage is. Like it's ridiculous.
You didn't see that.
That might fall off though if you don't have Kafka later, but I've got both, so I don't care.
Real competition? It's just getting started.
See, if it just says, I think it might be an automatic message, but the fact that it's taken more than 3 days alarms you. Yeah, I don't know. You know, it could be automatic. It could be that you just aren't fitting their standards.
So what do you think? young swordswomen like you and me.
Alright, let's get started with the training. Next to me is a Cloud Knight instructor I brought in. For your first lesson, try exchanging a couple of moves with it.
Wait, we're having actual combat training for the first lesson? Isn't that a bit too intense? Well, I heard you have some experience with archery and martial arts. First thing we're going to do is see just how strong your fundamentals.
You know, I agree with them though. If I was like training a kid for the first time, no way they're sparring until they at least get some like fundamentals in. I'd probably run some drills with them because you do need to learn how to strike an actual opponent. But if I was training an adult who already had some athletic experience in other things, especially combat related, we're probably at least going into some light sparring so I could see where they were. So I think, yeah, I agree with them on that. Okay. You know, I forgot. I was going to show you my builds. If we can get to them. Bear with me. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that Kafka. This is not the build I was going to show you, but just every single time I see that E2. Every time. Okay, where is my really scuffed saber? That's the one I was going to look at. Which, it's not even that scuffed, actually. There we go. Right, look. For not having her light cone, the 75% crit rate and 117 crit damage before going into battle is not that bad. It's not a ton of damage, but it's not that bad, right? Because even without Sunday, who... I was over-critting, or crit rate, technically, between Sunday and Sparkle, I guess. But even without them, that's like 90% crit rate in battle. I could run any support and be fine. I'm thinking of lowering the crit rate because I just don't need that much. I'd rather have more crit damage. But for something that was just thrown together off the cuff, this is a usable saber. So you could definitely use more attack. More crit damage, less crit rate, but it's a very usable saber. More usable than, where's Finon? Did I pass him? More usable than my Finon. My Finon build scuff. I think it's because I stole some of his stuff for Saber. Oh, actually, while I'm here, what were my idolins for Clara? Oh, E4. Yeah. See? Just, this game wants me to be a Clara main. Who the heck is this guy? Oh, literally 2 away. I went the wrong direction. Yeah, he had slightly higher crit rate before because I think I switched some of his stuff over to Saber to clear MOC, but very, very scuffed.
My childhood musings.
He also, I stole his light cone for Saber too. They basically have to borrow or share a gear set right now. That's how bad it is. Archer's not that bad. Where is he? His was also just like gear I had already. Nope, that was on him. And even though he's not over 100% crit damage, like he gets so much bonuses anyway, he still nukes things. I'll work on him later though. His crit rate's usually higher because I think Fei Xiao has it right now. I was doing endgame mode, or no. She wasn't being used. I was using her in the War Dance event. That's right. And so yeah, he usually has the crit rate from that. What are we at? Nothing? 112, okay. Fizz spent money on art to set up this Kickstarter. I'm not giving up on it. You shouldn't. Or, oh, darn it, there we go. Or maybe, after like a month of trying, maybe give up on Kickstarter specifically, and try other places. Like, I know that's the most popular one, especially for, like, not having an audience. And you should probably try there, literally more than, anywhere else. But, like, if it takes you more than a month to get this going, from now, not from when you started, maybe try Indiegogo next or something.
Oh, come on!
Oh my god, I hate tutorials. I hate tutorials with my entire heart and soul, my entire being.
Is all about being swift and agile.
Yes, you! Ignore him. Strength is everything. Strike! Right on time. Like this? Oh, good!
Strike with heart.
Ah, dang it, didn't get it up in time. I should have just done it, like, the second it was ready, after March's turn ends. Like, I need to do this stuff preemptively. Must not like Bethesda's extremely long forced tutorials, then? I didn't hate Oblivion's
The sword is like
or anything. It depends what I mean by tutorial, right? If your tutorial is, like, mixed into the gameplay, that's perfectly fine. If your tutorial's, like, a bunch of pop-up screens that prevent you from doing what you want to do and, like, handhold you, that's when it bothers me. Like, the way tutorials used to be in older games didn't bother me at all. You go all the way back. The way they were, ever since phone games started making these pop-up tutorials, and then I'm, like, playing Final Fantasy 16, and the tutorials in Final Fantasy 16 remind me of, like, I'm playing Genshin Impact. And I like Genshin Impact, but I have a lot of criticism of Genshin Impact, and a lot of it I put up with because it's technically a phone game, right? It's a live service. I like it. I understand that there's certain things I have to put up with. I don't like the fact that a premium feature-complete game like Final Fantasy 16 reminds me of Genshin Impact. It bothers me a lot. But I like to be able to go through menus at my own pace. I like to be able to experience the game.
Heart and focused mind. I come. Time to show you what I can really do. Azure Dragon, White Tiger. What? What are you mumbling about? Isn't this, sword technique? Should you say something cool? Ready to shine.
one-time enemy.
No, you got to go anyway. That's fine. I don't actually need to use her ult.
I can take you.
This is a lot longer of a delay. You know what? I think,
How many can you block?
real quick, this might at least band-aid it for a little bit. I'm going to deactivate and reactivate each of the captures.
Sword water cannot rain still.
There we go. I don't know how much of a difference it's gonna make. It'll at least make me feel better. And it's about the same.
Not their time to show what I can really do. Azure Dragon, white task card.
I think maybe next time that I stream this game, I'll ignore doing this setup as much as I like the idea of it, and I'll just go back to struggle streaming it directly off my computer.
Time for swordplay.
I'm probably far more likely to play, too, if I'm doing it right off my computer, because I don't have to drag everything from the other room over here. That's been kind of one of the things that's been putting me off from continuing this so much, is the effort that it takes to move everything over here.
Swords descend.
And then I have to move everything back afterwards, too.
Strike with heart.
In fact, maybe to make this go smoother, even though this is a stream, I should be playing the game, and normally I don't like to run it on auto
So intense.
when I'm on stream.
Miss March's quick hands and flexible body.
But this isn't going to be a particularly long stream.
Swordplay.
It's probably just going to run until dinner time.
Whatever.
I literally might just let my dot team auto everything that it lets me auto.
Don't worry. It's totally normal for beginners. Once she starts practicing Doom swordplay, she'll make heaps of progress.
Talk about tutorials. Games like this are the worst, though,
I believe Miss
because there's an endless amount of tutorials. You never, ever, ever get out of the forced tutorials,
Seriously.
because it'll be like, oh, well, we introduced this new mechanic in this world, so here's a tutorial about this mechanic, or
swords require agility.
there's an event going on, so this event has its own tutorial. It's like, these games are just nothing but tutorial.
Focusing on her strength, we should address her weaknesses. The drawback of wielding
And I really enjoy the games.
generating enough force.
It's just like you can't progress through the story or an event without being hit with a tutorial.
It's not like we're dancing here.
Sword masters know how to play to their strength.
And the worst part,
Work on their weak
I wouldn't mind it so much
what you're good at.
if the game kept like a cache or like some type of record that you experienced this tutorial already. But
Theorist, huh?
if an event has like the exact same mechanics as the last time it came around, or like it's a follow-up event, or even the story has the same mechanic as an event or vice versa, they will show you the tutorial again. When the next patch comes out in the story,
Masters?
they'll show you the tutorial again for something that was from the previous patch.
Oh, it doesn't
That bothers me. It's like, I've already experienced this tutorial. Stop it. Just let me play the game. But I take it, the game company, like many game companies, probably don't have a lot of faith in a good chunk of their audience. Oh my god, we finally have March 7th The Hunt. The whole reason why I was grinding through this story. I don't even want to build her right now, because... darn it, I hate it when it does that. Where's her character menu? We'll see what we got. You know what? We'll see what we got. I think I have one Eidolon maybe for her from the War Dance event. I don't know. We'll see. Why does he keep jumping me over to that side? I don't want to be on that side. Playing these games with controller is also awful. That's another thing that makes me want to maybe go back to the scuff streams on the computer. If I'm going to have scuff stream anyway, might as well be the one that's directly on my computer. Oh, I've got half of them. Okay, that's usable. She's usable. I still need to do her event, but like you can play her with half of her Eidolons.
Finally, some recognition for train my butt off. Finally, some recognition for training my butt
I think
off.
4 is when she really becomes it. No, maybe it was 2. Yeah. It was 2. Yeah, so she's usable right now. What was 6? 6 was... Yeah, 2's the only one that actually matters. What do we got? Do we got anything that is useful for her? That is an oddly usable amount for not being leveled. Like, for only having one leveled piece of equipment and already being at, like, 26 crit rate, there might be potential there. I don't know what these pieces are. We're not going to level it right now because I don't think I have any material. Other than maybe sacrificing a lot of hats. Just speed and attack. This one has crit rate, crit damage. That might be better anyway. Because I don't really... I mean, obviously attack percent would be good. Speed would be good too. But she doesn't need a terrible amount of speed. Yeah, this is why I didn't want to build it right now. We're going to take the... is it this one? The double crit rate. What's this one got? Oh, that's a good piece. That's basically the same piece. Crit rate, speed, attack. That's not bad. Speed boots. Any speed boots with crit? Probably not. Attack boots? I'll consider it. That may not be the worst. Okay, that's not bad. I get why that one was picked. Sometimes the auto-equip thing is not very bright, which is why you have to, like, look at what your options are. If I steal it, that's March, right? Would I be stealing this from herself? That'd be funny. Yeah, it was. Okay. Wasting time here. Time is it, actually?
Dear Hime,
5 o'clock, okay.
We're all good here on this Yanfu, so no need to worry. By the way, how's your trip going?
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. During this time, Himiko and Welt were seeing Ron Mei, which also leads to Ting Yun coming back.
The other is Yuni, the granddaughter of General Huayan from the Xianzhou Juming. Both masters are super strict, giving me a real taste of how hard sword training can be. tried to rope Don Hung in, but Master Yenching wouldn't have it.
Which I really like Fugue as a character.
Still,
More than I didn't dislike Ting Yun. I didn't have the attachment to her that like literally everyone else in the community seemed to have. Like we didn't even know her. And this fake person's like neck got snapped before we even got to know her as a character. Like it was a very weird attachment in my opinion. And we still don't really know her because the bit with Fugue was really short. But I like her playable, and I think she has potential. She has more potential than she did before when she was just Ting Yun. I'm just like really upset that on my main account, I've got like top 2% Rappa and top 7% Firefly as far as builds go. And Super Break is functionally useless in all current content. Except maybe, it's okay in pure fiction, I guess. But it's still only okay for like one side. And it's kind of a struggle.
March's sword skills are really coming along. She'll hold her own just fine in the war.
You felt the same about Mommy in Madoka Magic. Oh, you're talking about like you didn't get why people were so attached to the character? Yeah, like I get why maybe the characters in the show were kind of somewhat attached, but they didn't know her very long either. But she was kind of like their protector, so like if you were in a crazy situation and that somebody was looking out for you, you probably would be as torn up as the characters were. But I agree that it doesn't make as much sense for the audience to be torn up unless they're specifically emphasizing with the characters. That's probably the only thing that you can get there.
Decades? But I'll be an old lady by then. No.
March 7th has actually become a pretty decent swordmaster in such a short time. Now I understand why Grandpa always had a grin on his face while training me.
Are you sure he wasn't laughing at you?
Oh, shut up!
It's all thanks to your amazing guidance, Master.
Miss March, you're really the hang of wielding dual swords. If you're keen on advancing, trying out different Sanjo blades could improve your touch.
Oh, let me see. Which sword is the most powerful? Soul sword, great sword.
I'm also glad that like her actual entire training arc, aside from that little tutorial, was an event that we can still go back and do. I've been thinking about doing it in my head. I keep calling it like Uma March Sume, because it's basically that style of game where you just do the training and then she auto does it afterwards. I'll do that off stream. But like, I'm glad we didn't have to sit here in the story and watch all of it because it doesn't pertain too much to the story. We could just like montage past it with that one little art screen. And then we could go on to the actual important stuff. That was a good decision. They need to do that more often because I like the Emphoria story, but it goes on for just way too long at times. When some of that stuff could have been done in companion quests, which they don't do anymore, or an event that you could permanently go back to, like the March one.
Were supposed to face off in the war dance, but for some reason, they suddenly teamed up, trained an apprentice of their own. Turns out the rumors are true. Tomorrow is the big day of the war dance. Shouldn't you two be honing your skills instead of teaching swordplay here?
You're... Sweet. You're the pink-haired fox from the Yaoqing.
This is Mr. Jiao, the healer working for the general of the Yanzhou Yaoqing.
Ah, got it. So, you're the participant attending the war dance on behalf of the Yaoqing. And you were trying to sneak a peek at our training?
Sorry for the misunderstanding. I don't know anything about martial arts. I'm just here on the General's orders to take care of some official business. I didn't mean to interrupt your training. I'll be on my way.
If you know nothing about martial arts, why were you sneaking earlier?
My curiosity got the better of me, I suppose. When I heard Miss March's pondering about what to learn, I couldn't help but wander over. From my professional experience, cleavers, slicers, chopping knives, and carving knives are all just tools. Kind of like frying, sautéing, boiling, and deep frying, cooking. They're just ways for people to show off their skills. How you use them really depends on the ingredients you're with. It's like your sword teaching method. If you align your ingredient, in other words, your natural tendencies, with the right cooking method, by which I mean a method that suits her, she'll make double the progress in half the time. For example, golden eggplant tastes best when fried, cloud peppers when stir-fried, and yellow boulder beef when stewed. It's all about discovering the nature of the ingredients. Apprentice.
Like the only options are I'm getting hungry, which I am too.
All this talk about food is making me hungry.
Not too hungry, because I'm not going to eat for,
Well, it's
I don't know, another
school I follow on the
maybe
Zen
2 to 3, possibly 4 hours from now. But
specializes in food therapy.
talking about food does make me hungry.
That I'm too about cooking.
So, you're the General's cook?
I'm a healer. But anyway, a cook who isn't interested in health doesn't make for a good advisor. Fine. Call me a cook if you want. Seeing the way you're looking at me, it's obvious you think I'm just some feeble academic who like blabber on about martial arts. But, in reality, I know a thing or two about killing. After all, the art of healing inherently encompasses life and death.
Is that like a euthanasia line, or?
Why is this guy suddenly getting all serious with kids?
Do you recognize this bottle of metal in my hand?
No.
This is called tumble dust. An extract from an
You know, I'm gonna let this play. I gotta pee. I'll be back.
Is it poison?
Well, it depends on how it's used. With just one drop, it's able to numb a patient's body during surgery, making them painless throughout the entire process. However, increase dose or potency, and it'll slow the metabolism, making the blood thin and resulting in the loss of all senses. Even long-life species cannot escape its effects. This thing can save lives or take them. It's more powerful than the swords in your hand.
That may be so. So, I prefer settling things with the sword than, you know.
Huh. Looks like I did get you all wrong. You're not a feeble scholar, but a sinister and despicable one.
Hey, why the insults all of a sudden? I'm just sharing some medical knowledge here. Persuading you to poison anyone.
Seems like you get real excited talking about poison. I can't tell if that's an honorable thing or sinister.
Picture this. Two individuals. The one standing is full of malice. The other lying down is honor and righteous. How can the one who's lying down.
Man, he's still going on about this, ain't he?
Senator. In the throes of combat, where life.
This is one of those characters where, like,
moment, every idea fades into.
I didn't care about him one way or the other, like positively or negatively. He was just kind of there yapping in the story. But I pulled him anyway because he made Acheron better.
Notions of worth, be it integrity.
And if he loses use in the future, which to some degree he kind of already did outside of pure fiction, I wouldn't care if I never use him again. He's still really, really good for Acheron in pure fiction, though.
Well, then you should know.
Though I think
is nothing more than
for MOC, because you just don't need
so focused on it.
him to proc that often, you could just like replace him. Like Silverwolf Cypher, I think it's probably better than any other combination with him. And I have both of those on my main account. I have none of them on this account. We've kind of abandoned Acheron here. Not entirely, because I could still do like a .Charon thing with Kafka and Hyselines, but I'm actually pretty sure that in that comp, both Kafka and Hyselines are going to be doing more damage than Acheron is.
That's quite an insightful statement, Yuchi. Well, my apologies for being so short-sighted. I've been on the Lawfu for quite some time, but I haven't had the chance to see the ceremony venue for myself. Hearing you speak so highly of it has piqued my curiosity. Would you mind showing me around?
Want to see Sky Leadership where the war dance will be held? Let's go! Bet Yun Li and Miss March haven't seen it either, right? Well then, I'll give you all a tour.
Okay, struggled to move again. Or not. Okay, we just talked to him. That's fine.
Let's go. I'll give you a tour of the Sky Splitter.
Oh, I remember this part. I don't have to do stealth, do I?
Looks like a lot of other visitors have all come to catch a glimpse.
Because I recall our Genshin stream from like a month ago. I think it was probably a month ago at this point.
What's up, Mr.
On a very similar delay. And it was a pain in the butt to do the stealth section. Until I got to a certain part where I could just run and cheese it, but... Is the stealth system in this game bad? I wouldn't say, like, for an RPG, it's not bad at all when you do have to do any type of stealth. It's more of a problem with the fact that I'm, like, on up to a second delay with the way that I'm capturing this. Which is fine in general for a turn-based game. Not so much when you're trying to be stealthy. I just don't remember if this is a part with stealth or not. Like, I think I vaguely remember there being a part around here where you have to follow a guy without getting caught. And I feel like I really should just be playing this game directly from my computer, even if the frame rate's janky. Because the frame rate's not even getting improved here, like it was the last time we played.
I never found sword practice boring, hard. Even in the battle, facing down savage abominations, I never felt scared. Each day, I could feel myself getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, I think the idea of whether a stealth system is good or bad, almost like any system, really comes down to what type of game it is and what's the goal of the system, right? Like Genshin's stealth system isn't particularly bad, for an open world action game that's kind of Zelda-like, sort of, but the combat's not really.
That's what Mr. Zhao meant by life.
It's really just like a proximity alert system, but that's fine, right? It doesn't need to be great. It's not Metal Gear Solid or Splinter Cell.
Pick up the pieces.
Now, if the whole game was supposed to be a stealth game, then these systems would be pretty bad.
Hard tried.
For sure.
Couldn't seem to find my old happy self again. I often ask myself, why do I wield my sword? Defeat is inevitable. Why do I continue to fight? Is it claim the joy of victory to meet the general expectations? Or to secure my honor among the club knights? While the general could teach me the art of swordplay,
Also, for those watching who may not know, probably don't care either. And I think I mentioned this the first time these two showed up on stream, like, months ago, whenever was the last time we streamed this story. But the reason, like, these two characters specifically have beef is because they're technically recurring characters. In a side story of HI3, the adult versions of these characters were married. So, they're supposed to be like
and I know there's still more.
how young kids who like each other end up fighting.
When I wield my sword, it feels like I'm letting go of everything.
Which is a shame that these two characters don't really work together in the same team.
Any obstacle in front
Because you could dual DPS maybe like a destruction character. That works fine. Like you could run Yun Li and Clara together. Or whatever, no problem. But hunt characters, really their damage just falls off if you're not hyper carrying them because they can only hit one target at a time.
The way, how old are you exactly?
And I would prefer if like
all masters will
these two characters worked together and they don't.
I get it. Looks like all kids on the
Standard anime teenagers who hate each other end up dating cliche. Yeah, I don't know if it's just anime though. Like the West has had that cliche for a long time too. You go back to like old movies.
I'm not
The two people who are always bickering end up like together at the end.
King has.
I think that even novels, old novels do that. I think that might be an ancient trope. I could probably, if I looked back far enough, find it in mythology as well.
Need I repeat myself? I'm a healer.
I don't have a dream like Ching does. The only reason I'm participating
Definitely if I looked in
because I made a promise to my
Eastern
grandma.
mythology, I'd probably find it for sure. But I think even in like Western mythology, you could find it. It's just like a really, really old trope.
sounds like that mind of
Which
yours is just
makes it even more cliche at that point. Like, the older a trope is, the more cliche it is.
I bet you've got nothing better on your mind. My father.
Just like, the two most cliche tropes ever are probably
Many innocent people.
any fart joke in general. That's like the oldest joke in recorded history. And he's standing right behind me, isn't he? We have like ancient tablets
In their hands.
in like cuneiform that have
No different than
the emperor standing right behind me, isn't he joke. That's like how old into cliche that joke is.
of a sword. I can't help but want to take it away from them.
And it comes back around periodically, like
That Yenjing is
in
the
turn.
dance
Every century or decade, that joke just comes back around. People like it. If it hasn't been around long enough, right? Like, if it's been around for too long, it becomes cliche, and then people stop using. And then if it hasn't come around long enough, it feels fresh again, and people start using it, and it just cycles that way.
It's not easy for kids on
It's been cycling that way since at least ancient Sumer. Probably longer. We just didn't have anything written down before that.
I've saved countless cloud nights in my life. There are plenty of exceptional warriors, just like the two of you.
What happened, Mr. Jocho?
You want to ask how violent was the Tiger Man script compared to the Buckler?
Was just reminded of some old friends,
Uh,
old tales.
Let me think about that.
Judging from my professional
I definitely did not want to answer that on Rick's stream, but if I don't have to go into too much detail,
your energy
I guess I don't mind answering that here.
fires and might
As long as I don't actually have to go into the detail of what's in the script. But,
be impressive. Well, we've seen
it's
the
definitely
Godfather,
more violent.
Stargazer Navalia. I guess it's
But maybe not significantly more violent?
What? You're leaving already?
Because there is some, like,
About my dreams.
things that qualify as gore in the buckler. Absolutely.
It's getting late.
Ah.
Sarge. Unlike you lot, grown up. bound by
Maybe like 50 to 55% more violent than the buckler by most people's interpretation.
themselves.
Like if I'm going like the way a standard person might interpret the type of violence that you're using, it's maybe 50% more violent, which isn't a lot, right? Because
Actually, this is
100% would be doubling the amount of violence, right? It's another hole on top of it. It's like half more violent.
Understand.
But
Well, I'll take my leave.
the violence in yours might also be a little more offensive to some people, so you gotta take it or leave it, you know? Especially because, like, it's not even about the violence. It's about comedic talent, which I know yours isn't necessarily supposed to be funny, but a lot of the violence in the buckler
Tour of the Sky Splitter.
is a gag almost, right?
Training?
Why don't we get a day off?
Yeah, like, I actually just don't want to describe what I'm thinking of on screen, on stream, because it is pretty nasty, and, this is a game that, like, kids watch sometimes. I don't know if anybody watches the VODs of this, but just to be safe,
Sadler has boosted my confidence. So,
let me type, like, say this in flavorable words.
all right.
There is a part in the buckler where he flicks a guy's nads so much that they burst, basically. Even that's kind of a little too, what's it called? Explicit. I do not want March on this team.
Let me see.
That is probably the closest thing to the same stuff that you're doing, but his is played off as a joke, and it's actually executed well as a joke too in the script. How you do stuff like that matters. Okay. Wait a minute. Can we cannot use the story march, right? Okay, wait. You're back? Hey, welcome back. Okay. We're going to use our march. But also, I don't want to bother with this. You know, this is mostly just going to be a talking stream. So if anybody wants to talk in the chat, I'll reply back to almost anything. This is going to mostly be a podcast as we advance through this story, just because of how bad the delay is. Unless I find a way of doing this without a delay again, we're just going to go back to the old streams. There's actually, you know what? Theirs is probably better than mine. Let's be real. I'm just going to set this team up to where it can play itself, though. Like, March has to be here, but she doesn't matter in this setup at all. 3 of these characters are going to be doing all the work, mostly just 2 of them. There we go. That's only if we end up having to fight. Oh my god. I can't tell what I'm doing at all. This right here is exactly why I said, hopefully this is not a stealth section. Is that where I gotta go? Yeah, it's down there. Oh my god. There is so much of a delay here. The problem is I don't want to stop the stream just to... Oh my god. No, down the stairs, March. Yes, I know it's lagging. I'm perfectly aware that it's lagging. You do not have to tell me. There we go. I don't want to stop the stream, just to strip everything back down, put it next to my desk, and start it back up on the computer just to be equally scuffed. we're going to struggle through this for the rest of tonight's session. And then, I don't think I'm streaming this tomorrow. I am going to stream tomorrow. I think I'm going to do a work stream tomorrow. We're going to do a writing stream. So if anybody wants to come back for that, probably somewhere around 2 o'clock my time. I'm currently Mountain Standard Pacific Daylight Time. I'll probably be doing a writing stream. I don't know what we're going to be working on. It's probably going to be a script. I just don't know if I'm going to be working on the rest of the script for the Dreamscape Dilemma, because that's only like halfway through. Or if I'm going to be working on the radio play for the Skull Spectre. But we'll be doing some type of scripting tomorrow. If anybody comes around for that, I will give away writing advice within reason. If somebody wants to donate money, I'll pause whatever I'm doing, pull up whatever writing you're doing and critique it or edit it on stream. I don't care. But that's for donations only. Free advice within reason. But Friday, I think we're going to come back because I really, really need to catch up on HSR. And we'll just do that from my computer on Friday. Let's see. Julian Vampire King says, I think I asked you this before. It was a long time ago. Who's your favorite character in the game? You know, that's fair to re-ask every so often because new characters get added and you don't know if somebody's character changes. Let me think about that. I think it's still Rappa. I think Rappa is still my favorite character. There's a close toss-up for second. Like, both of these are really close seconds. I don't know which of these I like more. It's second place is either Topaz or Cypher. So, I'll say Rappa, Topaz, and Cypher are tied together in third. Because if you're tied together, you don't share the highest place, you share the lowest. So, that's probably my answer.
Read the room. Something is definitely off about the three people we just met.
Yeah, anyone could see that. I just wanted to hear you say it again.
Rappa's just such a good... I want to see her again.
I'm pretty sure he sensed something.
I hope, like, either some other event that has taken place outside of the Enforius timeline, because all of our events have been flashbacks so far, except for the Mem Cafe event. I forget the name of that kitchen game. But the diner event's the only one that hasn't been a flashback basically all year.
Is he famous on the Lavu or something?
So I wouldn't mind a flashback, or maybe the second we get out of Enforius, we see Rappa again. She's my favorite character, and we really only got her in that little bit of time. And maybe, I don't know, unless like Blue Hill gets pulled back in, or we do something with the Galaxy Rangers in general, if they'll pull Rappa back in, because she's not a particular fan favorite character. Like, I think I've got top 2% Rappa builds. But, like, hardly anybody owns Rappa, so it's not that hard if you invest in her build to be in the top 2% there. And that's on the Enka network. On Relic Score, I have, like, the 69th best Rappa in the entire game out of, like, the couple thousand people that own Rappa. You know, it's not a hard feat. Though, while I probably could make her better, I do kind of intentionally scuff my own build to stay in spot 69. I feel like, you know, Rappa would probably appreciate it.
Too close, Miss March.
Oh, yep, this is the stealth one.
Never mind who they are. Let's just film them.
And but people hated the banana event. And they don't like the way Rappa talks. They think it's all brain rot. Even though I think they explained it fine. I think Rappa's fun. So, like, it's sad. Let's see. Julian also says a lot of people hate the Topaz. Or hate Topaz in general. Just because they don't like the IPC and she's an IPC. Yeah. It's really weird. No, I know she's not like a widely hated character. It's like a coin flip whether people like her or hate her. And it's a little more whether you... I'll have to go to 4 times soon. Whether you like the IPC or not is what it really comes down to. And a lot of people don't like the IPC because it's some stupid anti-capitalism stuff. And they're like, oh, the IPC is involved in slavery. It's like, it's complicated.
Those little brats won't take up much space.
And also, it's really good in a story to involve stuff like slavery and stuff because it really stretches, like, the morality of the fiction, which makes it more fun. So, like, the people mindlessly hate the IPC, and you could dislike like the way it operates, and still appreciate it in story format, right? And you can appreciate the individual characters in it too. Like, Topaz was really nice. She even kind of almost went against her own interest, got a demotion to allow Bellabog to kind of play things their way. So I don't know why people dislike Topaz as a character.
Are they smugglers?
But it's just like 50-50. She's not super hated.
No clue. Seem to be moving those crates.
Fizz asks, who would win, Mr. X or a Big Daddy from BioShock? Oh, that's a tough one. The thing is, I know how to put a Big Daddy down in the lore of BioShock, right? Like, I know it's possible to put a Big Daddy down. The only way that we put down Mr. X is basically just like, we don't even know if he ever properly died, right? We cut off his way to pursue us, and it was like I think it was like a cave-in, right? And we don't know if he was still alive under there and he just couldn't follow us. So that's a tough one. I don't really know the limits, and they're both like what you'd call street-level monsters. They're not like super crazy strong. I want to say my gut says that Mr. X is probably just harder to kill. But the problem is, like, a Big Daddy has a lot more going for it. And maybe there's somebody who knows more about this than I do and can answer this. My gut's just going to say it's Mr. X. Where are we going? Oh my god. This is a nightmare, actually. How long have we been streaming? I might. You know what? I might cut the stream and not end it. I might come back. This is getting worse than it was before. And I don't know if deactivating or reactivating will solve the problem. Yes, I know that Mr. X can move a helicopter. I think he's probably physically stronger than a Big Daddy, too. This is why my gut is leaning towards that. The Big Daddy just has more tools in his arsenal, so to speak. But, like, I just don't know if he actually has the ability to kill Mr. X. And I do think eventually that a tyrant or whatever would eventually wear down a Big Daddy no matter what. And I could be wrong on this. But that's where my gut is leaning.
Let's put the cargo here for right. Then we'll move on to inspection.
Let me look at how long we've been streaming.
Lord Moktar said Newton were to...
An hour and a half.
Don't worry, I've changed the schedule. You two come with me.
Is it just me? I keep smelling that stench of lowly beasts everywhere we go.
Don't be so paranoid.
Looks like they're planning to escape.
Okay, you know what we're doing? We won't cut the stream. But we might go off and do something
Keep talking
that
about
I can do with lag.
where do they come from? And what do they want to do?
As soon as this is over, we're going to pause this March POV thing. We're going to leave it.
You have to set them
Maybe we'll do a little bit of grinding. I don't know.
there. Let's get to them.
Yeah, see, it's the trailing one. I definitely cannot do this right now. Where's the, pause and save. There we go. Because it'll just, when I do start back up, it'll just be right there when we talk to him.
Or we can drink some Immortal's Delight.
How much, where is it? Oh, okay, it's over here. How much, like, Trailblaze power do I have right now? Not a lot, but I do have a bunch of immersifiers. So we can do that. As you can see, on both accounts, I am, what's it called? Pre-farming for Daniel, because we're getting him for free. I guess he's not Daniel. That's what we call Imbibiter de Lune. I don't know what nickname would we call the Herman Sir Terai. I guess they're just going to call him Don PTE, I guess. I don't know. So I guess I'll save my Trailblaze power for later, but we could burn my 8 immersifiers. For maybe Lushaka. I could use more Lushaka. I actually probably could use more of that. But it is... No, I think my Phynon one's good too. I think my orbs or my planar ornaments are actually not the problem with most of my characters. It's their main builds. Oh, what do I want to grind? What do I want to burn these 8 immersifiers on? Yeah, we'll go with this. Because the thing is, like, I think I need a better one for Kafka anyway if I want to boost Hysalin's damage. Because I don't even think she's on a Lushaka right now. And so, yeah, let's just set up that team. And yeah, this should be fine. Do we have the dot one on? I don't think so. Yeah, we want boom. There we go.
Easy now. Let it swim a little closer. Sound lingers.
We're just gonna let this like grind itself. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know why you're moving so fast. Does Hyacinth speed you up? If she did, I never noticed that before. Okay. Watch. This just do it on its own. In fact, it's going to take us no time at all to burn through all 8 of these immersifiers. Which, for people who don't play Star Rail, I keep saying the word immersifier. It's pretty much just like stored stamina that can only be used for planar ornaments. And each one of them is a drop, like right here. Just a quick explanation. And we're probably going to be scrapping almost all of these summon buff ones because most of them are not going to be good or worth holding on.
All will be tucked away to win.
Yeah, like that might be good. Well, no, that one particularly wouldn't. But like having a physical damage boost might be good for the new Dan Heng. But I probably won't be playing him for damage, so why would I want that on him, right? Otherwise, he's the only physical person with a summon right now. It's actually a shame that Svarog does not count as a summon on the field. Because that set would be so good for Clara. I guess technically this set could be good for anyone. Is that the only one thing that... No, it's not. I forgot. In beta, they were going to make it to where Dan Heng's summon counted as your summon, or like whoever he puts it on. But now it's still only going to be counted as his. So like you can't even use that set anymore on other characters. It's kind of stupid. They kind of ruined that character. He was going to be so fun. He was going to have all these like really stupid, interesting interactions with other characters. And like, nah, we're just going to make him like a boring side grade to adventuring instead. And like, why would you do that? Why would you ruin all hype I have for this character? Like, I know he's free, but he could have been free and fun. You know? Think about it. If you made him super fun, maybe people would be more likely to actually pull for his light cone or his idolins. Cool thing is, I believe we get him next patch before his banner even drops. Like, I think we get him on the Evernight banner. And then if you like him, you can pull more the banner after that. I think that's how that's going. So that is kind of exciting to have another, like, viable sustain. Especially for accounts that are struggling with sustain. I guess this one's not anymore because we have Huahua and Hyacinth. But aside from giving people energy, Huahua is kind of falling behind on her ability to keep people alive. So, you know, that'd be nice. If I see, like, a really, really nasty, like, crit damage wind orb on this set, I'm keeping it for Hyacinth. I'm not going to keep it on her usually. I think she'll probably be better with, like, Lashaka or, Actually, right now I have that HP scaling one that's kind of, with speed. that's kind of like meant for her. But if I get like a stupid one for damage, I will keep it on in case I want to do like really cheesy things where she's the main damage. That'll be fun. It's cool that you don't really have to worry about crit rate with her, though, because Ika is going to crit every single time, no matter what. So you could just load crit damage on the Hyacinth.
Dispel the gloom! Restore the skies!
I actually don't think we've gotten a good planar ornament at all. And we only have 2 more chances. Now, for Lashaka, I'm not very picky. It just needs the right main stat and speed. That's it. That's all it needs is the right main stat and speed. And I'll keep it. Because it's a support. It's a support relic. Now, if I want to put it on Kafka, it also needs to have effect hit rate. And maybe attack percent. So I'm a little picky on hers, but to keep it in general, I'll take any of them that have good main stat and speed. That's it. This one sucks. Another good one, Agent 47 versus the Chameleon from Marvel Comics, who would win? I don't think that's a good one. I think the Chameleon just beats Agent 47. I don't even think it's fair. I mean, you could probably pick versions of the Chameleon that are fine. Because he's not a very consistent character. But there are some runs where he's just like way too smart for even like other supervillains to figure out. I don't think it's fair putting him up against like most normal assassins or thieves or anybody else in the same field. And that's the problem with just how inconsistent comic book characters are. I might keep that one. I'm not keeping this one. The Chameleon, also while supposedly to be a normal person, thanks to being hit by people he has no business being hit by, is also way tougher than Agent 47. And that's another problem with just being in comics. Doesn't matter. His slightly superhuman abilities aren't enough to deal with the Chameleon. It's not even close. Like, on paper, if you describe the characters, he should be stronger than the Chameleon. But then when you actually work in practice, it doesn't matter. Like, the problem with Marvel Comics, because of the people that they've traded blows with, there are just like normal, run-of-the-mill humans in Marvel Comics that would be able to get hit by a semi going 60 miles per hour and they'd be able to walk it off. Even if they shouldn't be able to, they just would because they're in Marvel Comics and they've been hit by somebody who hit them harder than a semi going 60 miles per hour. And part of it, too, is because the writers don't care at all. And it doesn't matter whether a character should be able to walk something off. It just matters if they have before. Anyway, let me, okay. We've been going on for an hour and 40 minutes. I want to stream longer than this. This is just frustrating me too much. So I'm going to kill the stream. And I'm going to set everything back up in my room. And we're going to try to do this the old-fashioned way. There will be less lag, but more loading and lower frame rate that way. That's just guaranteed. I will also only have one monitor, but that's fine. I can deal with that. Give me, I don't know, somewhere between 20 to 30 minutes after I close this to set up. Because there is a lot of things that I have to do to move everything down. So, yeah. If you guys even want to come back, I don't know, maybe you'll find a different stream between now and then. I know what, I don't know when it starts, but Rick usually has, like, his chill streams tonight. And who knows, maybe I'll do both at the same time. But anyway. That's it for at least stream 1 today. I'll see you guys in like half an hour.